For the culture, by the culture. This is Creatives Are All Pushing. KAAPcast. For the culture, by the culture. This is Sonamile Lutango, with Creatives Are All Pushing, a podcast aimed at shining a light on the creative realm in Cape Town, South Africa, and beyond. We've come a long way. This is a special episode, huge milestone, episode 10. We have Kwakha Khumalo, but on this episode, he's not behind the camera. He's in front of the camera for the first time. Yeah. We have Sivinati Mona doing his thing. And you look today, I'm hosting, he's co-hosting. How are you feeling, my brother?
I feel good, man. Feel good. Every time, I think that's the logo now, what we go through.
Feel good.
It's like feel good every time.
Sessions.
But yeah, man, I feel good. You know what I mean? But I'll always say this, life is a roller coaster. Yeah. But every time, we put the smile, put on the feet and everything, just to feel good each and every day. What about you, my brother?
Me? Oh, yeah. I'm feeling fantastic, bro. Fantastic. There are kind of people that are kind of putting me in a bad mood, but they say no bad energies. Stay far away.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good. How you feeling, Kwakha?
Hey man, I'm feeling blessed, man. I'm behind the camera. I'm in front of the camera today.
Behind now.
Yeah, so I used to be behind the camera.
You used to be on that side, and this is a special episode. The energy is up, man. I'm feeling great, man.
This is a huge milestone, episode 10. 10 episodes since we did it.
Yes.
So how has been the journey?
Yo, man, I've seen you grow, I've seen you making mistakes. I've also made a lot of mistakes, so the journey's been nice, but a lot of problems, guys leaving the port. So hey man, it's been a lot, man. It's been a lot.
Man. Can you brief them, man? Who are you, man? Where do you come from? Because we did our first episode, which is you were behind the camera, and everyone was there. Now your Woosies, your Eddie, everyone was there. But can you talk about who you are really, bro?
Also, my name is Kwakha Khumalo. I'm coming from, in case it ain't in a place called Market. Shout out to Market.
Shout out.
That's where I come from. But this is me, a second year journalism student. Yeah, man, it's nothing much, man, that I can say, but someone who's passionate about photography, videography, stuff like that. So that is just me, man.
Oh, okay, my brother. So yeah, man, the journey has continued, man, to where we are right now, which is our 10th episode. Yeah. What would you say has drawn you to what we are doing right now?
So it just it's everything, man. It started as a crazy idea, so let's just start a podcast. It didn't have equipment. It started like that, man. But I just like the idea at first, because I also had something similar in mind, but the idea was different. It didn't have a proper direction, just you have guys. So when Sunabile invited me for the first episode, I was oh shit, this thing is really coming. So
coming together.
It's that thing of manifesting something, and then some eventually it comes into life.
Sure.
So that I can say is what drove me into joining you guys.
Okay, okay. So would you say what were the ideas for what we wanted to do?
Yo, for me, man, it was just having a podcast, but I saw that it was gonna be those podcasts that are there, we speak about everything, topics that they also touch on, but your ideas were they had an angle, they had
much more niche.
They had niche, and to just document the thing, the culture in Cape Town, because no one is basically focused just the KAAPcast in putting the guys out there, showing them, having the platform, we see stuff like that. So
yeah.
Going away from that, Namhlanje, it's the first Thursday. I'd just love to shine light on that. Tell the people more what is First Thursday. First Thursday is a monthly celebration of culture, art, music, wine, and entertainment, and it's held in Cape Town on the first Thursday of every month. Art galleries and cultural events showcase the talents of the city. Are you going out today, or have you ever experienced like the Cape Town First Thursday?
I've never been outside when it's first Thursday. Remember that I said to you that I don't like to go out. As much as like I like spaces like for creatives, but I'm not a type of person that likes to go out. Sometimes like for me, I think it's more of the energy. If ever like I know that I'm gonna go out with you and the energy is gonna be mad, then I'm gonna go out. But I'm more of a well-reserved person. While I still love to go out and go to spaces, but today I will go to First Thursday. I'm attending like the one in Shelf Life.
Or the Huma Sekela one? Oh, shout out Shelf Life. They're having a celebration in memory of the legend, the jazz artist Huma Sekela. At what time is it happening? Because I heard it gets fully booked, fully packed at like long street.
Yeah, man, it's around 6. It's starting at 6 p.m. to I think 9 p.m. Yeah.
Funny enough, I also never attended a First Thursday event, but I've seen how vibrant it is when it's like the first Thursday in Cape Town.
Sure.
From the people that will be drinking alcohol on the streets, plus the law enforcement let the people just drink on the streets when it's like the first Thursday. Because Mr. Kwakha said it's that with Abeka.
Yeah.
But like when it's the first Thursday, you are actually like allowed. You can walk, you can stroll up and down with your beer in the street.
Yeah.
There won't be any problem. So that I noticed that at first, and I asked the people, I asked the security guards, the law enforcement guys, like, why are you letting them just drink alcohol publicly? They told me that no, it's first Thursday. They can actually do that only for the day, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
And he further went on to tell me that art galleries are also opening up till late today. You have your shelf lives for the culture. They're also opening up till late. It's just a vibrant day for the street culture and for like the Cape Townians today.
Yeah. So have you attended that one? Also,
as for me, I think it's kind of something like they want to introduce like art gallery. When they started, my friend like invited me, so she was like, let's just go like for the vibes. And then when I don't remember the name like of the art gallery, but it was so dope. Like the welcomings, like we got a wine like when you enter. You see like Cape Town, man. Like when you're outside, like they treat you nice, man. I won't lie to you, like and like this. Like first Thursday, like me listening to it, like I'm getting interested now. I'm like, this just like now I'm going there. Like, shout out to the place that is hosting us today. We definitely coming.
Since it's like first Thursday, and sports scene, Human Spotify is also on the rollout with their Mother of Music. The MUM events. It's happening starting from the 5th, which is today, till the 9th of September. It's a day-to-day festival.
But in different spaces.
In different spaces. It won't be held in like one place. They will be popping up at Influx.
There's so many spaces.
There's so many spaces.
Harrington Street, there's an event there, like on Saturday, which is the 7th. Yeah, on Saturday there's an event there also.
And we'll be pulling up for that event. Hopefully we'll be able to document also, give the cast the content so that they can also check out what's happening. And also we'll try and document the first Thursday too, God's willing, inshallah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about events. What makes an event? Is it the performances? Is it the deco? Is it the space? Is it the sound? What makes like a proper event to you?
Yeah, man. I think like with what we have mentioned now, like everything that you have mentioned, I think that what makes the event, because if ever like you're just gonna host like an event like in a space whereby like it's not gonna accommodate people like who feel like this is a space for me like to express myself, this is a space for me like to see the aesthetic of the space where I can take pictures, where I can just have a chill and have a nice meal, all those things. So it's not gonna be a proper event. It's not gonna be enough for the people to go there. Like people, they just enjoy a space where they know that there are different varieties of things that you can do with the event. So I think for me, like the event, it's made up of everything that you've mentioned: the sound, performances, the space, how it is, and also like the prominence of that space. Sometimes
It also
plays a very
plays
huge
a huge
role.
role.
Like if ever like you look at spaces like Ekonini from East London, and also a space right here in Cape Town, which is Reds.
Cape Town.
So like if you know that events are held there, so definitely if ever you have money, you would want to go there.
It's a matter. You know it's going to go down. Like for instances like that, like it also happens sometimes, but it doesn't happen most of the time because.
Which one?
Like events that are held in places that hold like a much significance to certain people. Like if ever you were to hold the event on that space, it might actually not work out because of like performances. Because when I think of like an event, like Masiti, like a proper event, it should be like well planned. Even the marketing should start 3 months before, 3 months prior to the actual event. There should be activations, campus to campuses. That's to me like a proper event, a proper build-up.
Yeah.
But like those events, they cost a lot of money because there should be financial muscle to back up the whole thing.
True.
And unfortunately for the guys that are like coming up, it gets kind of tricky to put those events because like
with what you've mentioned. Yeah.
Plus, with also like because events like they it's not a thing that you are definitely going to make profit because you can either go big or you can lose all of your money.
Yeah.
So what do you think when it hinders people to the event planners not to put crazy events?
Can you take it though?
Yeah, like for me, I would say like it's the financial muscle like everyone is facing this. Because like if you're a promoter, for sure like you need like a funding like to do those things that you were saying. Because those campus to campus like exhibitions, like putting flyers out there, those things like
they cost money, a lot of money.
And shout out to like the guys like they Dog Deppen who are showing like the guys that you can also do it like just meeting like new people, like being in spaces like that. Because going to like maybe like for example students going in every residence like putting flyers there, I don't think that can cost like much money, but like they can have like much like impact. You see, like
I think the thing also like having like someone like who has influence. For instance, like you'll know that there are students or per se like guys who just love being social media, pushing feeds, pushing everything that they're pushing there on social media. So it's much better now to work with those guys that are coming up and you know that they have that following. So anytime that guy posts something there, then
it's going to
it's going
social media managers.
So
like do you think when the influencers they play like Masitiabo, they promote the events on their socials? Does that do like does it have an effect on the quality of the event?
I don't hear you, brother.
Like,
you hear you?
Yeah, like I think what he's trying to say like does it have like that impact like on bringing people or something like that?
Yeah, it could be something like because most definitely if ever like you offer like you get the influencers to promote your event.
Yeah.
Sure.
The people are going to come, but when the promoter, when the influencers like they promote the events, they create a certain of expectation because into like izo market masithi be promoted ngu Zukilaman. It comes with a certain expectations to yabo. So and some events may not meet those requirements, leading to us as supporters not feeling satisfied. And speaking of satisfaction, have you ever like attended an event that you went home and thought like, say, what was I doing in that event?
I don't
Can I
have
go first?
okay, but I would say for me like I don't have such events in my mind right now. I don't have some.
As for me, And not that I'm bashing like where I come from, but man, yo, there was this one time, man. Like the lineup was crazy, man. Like big names. I'm not gonna drop names because like that's our. But like there were such big names on the posters that like you would like, yo, like I'm going there.
Yeah.
And like we stayed like for the whole night, bro. Like waiting for these kids to come out, and they were not there. Like they just put people on the poster. Like when they were wasting money, expecting that man guys are gonna come, and then fine, like not too page. Like shout out to local artists, cause we all about the locals, man. Like you only like get these niggas. You staying with them.
They use you guys. They use you.
You see, like that was like
just to push tickets.
Yeah.
And that thing now like it kills like the element of having events that are local, and also like killing the element of having someone like starting up.
Yeah.
Like for instance, if ever like you're gonna form like an event and we know that we don't know you, because in this type of field you gotta know people, and when you know people, you know for a fact that I can call this guy and this guy is gonna help me out with this and that and that. But if ever now, as a person who's coming up with an event and you are new to this field, then you are just disappointing people with what you're doing. Then from there, that's it. Cut. We don't want you again.
I see.
We're not gonna attend your events again.
And that's what I was gonna say.
Like
Yeah, like that is what I was gonna say. That thing like makes like yourself to have a bad reputation. Because like next time when you're hosting, you will think like nah, it's just like lying. And they actually like bring those like, cause they do like bring those kind of artists like now going forward. But yo, man, like that was a massive. Like,
I feel you there.
But I also think like us as the supporters, we sometimes tend to put a lot of pressure and expectations on the guys that are doing events in Lokshini.
Sure.
And you cannot expect like a huge stage, big lighting, but just do the bare minimum one. Just expect the bare minimum, because like even the events that we go to in Lokshini, the tickets are not even that expensive. It's just like 5 Thai, young 30 rands.
Sure.
But like when you're coming to town, when you're paying for a 150 a ticket, I then expect something massive.
Yeah.
Blow my mind.
But what do you think like is the solution then from having like exposure on what's gonna happen on the event? Like what's the solution then from making sure that people what they expect they're gonna see it?
Just make sure people what you are selling to them, you give it to them. If ever you're promising them A-listers, just give them the A-listers.
Yeah.
If you put someone as a headlining act, make sure that person pulls up to the event. Or at least send out an apology to the people that will be attending the event prior.
Yeah.
Just to avoid confusion.
True.
Because someone might spend their last cent just because they saw, like, let's say you put on KO as a headlining act. I'm a big fan of KO. I can spend my last 300 rands on the show. But if ever I will arrive to the show and not see my favorite performing, that's like
a waste of money.
That's a waste of money. And then to someone that is doing events, when I want my refund, I will possibly not get the refund.
Yeah.
Definitely not getting that money.
But except you promise me someone else.
But basically, bro, like I was talking like on the side of organizing like an event where it involves like the staging and everything. What's the solution then from people like who will attend the event? What are the things that they should expect to hear, or what a promoter can do to make sure that people understand what's happening there on the event before it starts, or before the day like of the event?
I believe like you should create like that bond with your followers or like the people who are supporting you. Like you mustn't try to be someone that you're not. Be real, be authentic. You see, like have that conversation. Like who should like I bring like. Because like if you interact with people, like they would tell you like we would want to see this person, we would want to see this person, and that's when like you can build from there. And also like also suggest people, like put people on, because you can't just like be bringing like old people like every time. So you must also try to bring new people, like introduce new artists. Because in the end of the day, the space like is big enough. Anyone can like eat, man.
And plus, like speaking of the space, like sometimes the the event space is kind of small level.
Yeah, for sure.
So it doesn't make sense having to put like 8 people on the poster, but like the space is small to occupy longer band, and plus the time. And also like plan your sets, man. Who goes in at what time? Who plays at what time? And also artists should also adhere to their slots. If ever you are booked to perform at 4 p.m., please play at 4 p.m. You cannot skip your slot time, and also play music accordingly, man.
Sure.
You know when is the time to play gqom. You know when is the
Time to play hip hop,
play hip hop, play house, play my piano.
Sister Bettina.
Please stop playing. Stop playing.
mixing songs like now.
Ish, bruh. We don't wanna hear like your black coffees at like 3 a.m. No, I want to turn up at that time.
Yeah, for sure.
I wanted to say, bro, like for me, like the solution would be showing like a sketch of what is gonna happen, like how's the stage is, like something like that. Like put it there on the poster, like down there, so that people can see it. This is what is gonna happen. This is the stage, so that you cut off the expectations. You know, you're going there and the stage is right. It's this size and this is how it's gonna be.
This is how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Just like Cotton Fest, and the likes of Shims, Zalatuk's in event. It's coming up. You should look out of that like, event if you're in Durban. It's going to be mass. And also Shimza is hosting something like
Crazy.
it's going to be crazy. They do like those kind of rollouts. And coming back to the money side, that they have money, like they would show you like this is where there's gonna be like the main stage, this is where the bar is gonna be aired, this is you see like it's money.
Yeah,
It's money.
it's money.
But like low way. It is a good idea, perfect idea, and good, perfect. It might work out.
Yeah, man. Let's move on that now. Can't talking about events over.
Hey man,
Like before I forget, shout out to Masha SA. He's also doing events at Cape Town. The guy I showed you, he's been throwing events at like Rockshop.
Sure.
He's doing events.
Yeah.
Where I'm from, Robertson, he's handling that side. The Brede district, he's doing that, throwing events, hyper. Shout out to you. Let's talk about gatekeeping.
In what way, bro? What's gatekeeping?
How it affects the creators. Or to bring into context, let me explain first what is gatekeeping. Gatekeeping is the practice of trying to control who gets resources, power, or opportunities, and who does not. And it affects creatives in South Africa by limiting access to funding, platforms, and networks. Because you choose who gets what.
I feel you. You did explain it already.
So to further on, to go on with my explanation, it can hinder diverse voices from being heard, restrict opportunities for collaborations, and also perpetuate existing power dynamics. As a result, many talented individuals may struggle to gain visibility or support, impacting the richness and diversity of cultural output in the creative industry.
Yeah.
This can stifle innovation and reinforce stereotype within art, music, and media.
I feel you, my brother. Yeah, man. Like you asked me like, what do I think about gatekeeping? Man, it's a bad thing for humanity, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, in as much as like you would want to gatekeep someone from something, it's bound to be like that. It's bound to be about who's gonna be relevant right now, and then from there that guy's gonna shine, and then the other one's gonna shine. So it's more of, for me, I feel like it's bad, man. It's bad because people like they have to shine in either way. There will be a time for you to shine, and then you stop, and then the other one will shine, and then you reinvent yourself again. You come back, and then you push further. Because also what's gonna help you is that if ever you stop gatekeeping people from reaching like resources they need, reaching spaces they need, then that thing is gonna help you into becoming someone like who's gonna be a person who's gonna push those people further. You know what I mean? You're not gonna stop. You're not gonna be a person who's gonna stop them. You'll be a guy who's behind, knowing that like they get from those spaces, and then also you'll get your rewards at the end of the day. Might be like an artist rewarding you, saying that this guy he helped me
Gives
to
you
way.
a flow.
You know what I mean?
Flowers.
Yeah.
what I hate about gatekeepers is that they tend to exploit the people that are already in, or the people that they put in.
True.
For example, I mean,
You won't mention the names, bro.
I won't mention the name, but the other guy,
He knows him, you say.
the hot man,
The good man.
the hot man.
So,
He kind of exploited many people in the industry, and as a result of that, like other people, they tend to quit on the creative space just because there are people like that who are kind of messing things for other people.
True.
And also they are also abusing their power to a certain extent. Did you hear about something Soweto and Mass Music and Maporisa, that whole saga of Amalanga Wafana?
sure.
Yeah.
That's the perfect example of like the
What is
effect of
happening?
gatekeeping.
Yeah, for sure.
Because some people get like power, and game of power, they don't use it to a good extent. By sebenzisa in a bad way.
Yeah, but I would also like add, like to add on what you say, that like some people, when you get like into these spaces, you are not aware like of contracts and you don't know like how is it working, because it's also a business. As much as you can look at it as entertainment, it's also like business, because when you are doing like maybe let's like just like a song, when you are making a song, you are not thinking of like the impact it's gonna have, the money it's gonna make. It's just a vibe. We're in the studio, we're recording, we're just enjoying, and then it turns out like to be like this one big song, and now you're starting to come like hey,
I want this,
I want this, I want that. They didn't show me this and this, but you didn't understand like the business side of things, because even the Khutman will be saying like people don't understand the business side of things, so these things like I feel like one should like really learn the space that they are in, know how it works, so that you won't feel like you are exploited and stuff like that. But like gatekeeping is there, and people like are being like gatekeeped. Like there are people with keys, man.
Everywhere.
There are people with keys.
Whether it's creative arts or whatever, like spaces, for instance, for dancing, for painting and everything. Because I saw some posts like on social media, there was this lady trying about this guy like who says that the group that she wants to put on that space for arts is not gonna get that space because this guy who owns the space won't allow them to be there in that space. So it's that certain situation that is happening. Like it's a space like for everyone, but for someone like who's the main guy there would say that no, you're not gonna get there.
You see.
There's an office, there's someone like who's gonna attend that thing and says that, oh okay, we see what you want to do, but there's the main guy is not right here in the building right now, but the main guy is gonna say who's gonna use the space or not.
Have you ever like benefited from gatekeeping?
Benefits? Nah.
I have. Like in a idealistic way, but even in school, bro.
Yeah.
I used to get opportunities that other people won't get just because of my qualities. I'm respectful.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of sharp with my brain, and I'm good with English. I get chances, but like other people won't get because of my qualities.
I don't think that's gatekeeping, man.
But
Like
it is.
those are for me. Like I feel like those are the qualities that adhere to what is needed there in that space and time.
Yeah, sure.
You know, because we can give like everyone a space to do something, whereas we don't see the qualities there. Like for me, I believe that if ever you want to do something and you wanna go further, just try and push what you're doing right now in that space and time. For instance, where you are there, where you are at in your life, just try and push that thing as small as it is, and then from there you draw so that people can see what you've done before. Then from there you
But
go
like it's
further.
still
It's gatekeeping, that's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, gatekeeping it from like these other chains. Because like I believe I might not know something, but I'm a fast learner. When you can get me in that space, like within like a space of 10 minutes, I'll figure out like this is how it is. So like if you are gatekeeping it from me, like gatekeeping is everywhere.
Let's move now from gatekeeping. Hey, we've talked about gatekeeping. It feels bad, man.
Such
Feels
a
bad.
good topic.
Yeah, it's such a good thing,
Right.
like, because there are people who will be guilty after this. You know?
I'm also feeling kind of guilty too.
Cause hey man, even here in the cast, like some people feel like we gatekeeping from
Yeah.
crazy.
Because there are guys like who've asked us about can we put them on the pod like for recording and all those things. And also like for me, believing that we wanna see what you're doing.
Yeah,
We don't just wanna put you on the platform without knowing what you're doing. Which is why I was saying that there are requirements. Sometimes it's not about gatekeeping, it's just about requirements.
You meet the standard requirements.
Yeah, you know, so it's one of those things, bro. In as much as like since we would be creative as a person, but there are requirements that people would need from you.
That's gatekeeping.
Yeah, that's gatekeeping, but in a good way, that you go back home and then enhance your skills. Yeah, but sometimes people will just quit and then stop. But yeah, man, as we about to wrap it up.
Oh
okay.
shit.
Yeah. Hey, he was attacking me, bro. What's happening?
This is a special episode. Before
Yeah,
we wrap
it is,
it up,
man. Yo, it is like
we just have a few questions for the
Man.
Kwakha Khumalo behind the cam.
not a guest here.
So, bro, like I wanted to ask you that, like, since you know that you did your mistakes and we're about to wrap it up now for our 10th episode, which is we are moving to another chapter of what we're doing, man.
Season 2, baby.
You know. So, what are your plans like in enhancing like your skills?
Yo, man, like, cause man, like before coming here on the podcast, like I didn't know anything about like
Camera. I
Like,
remember that time. You remember that time? Like I was saying to you, like it's fine, bro. Like
Yeah.
you're learning from the get go.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But like, I believe I've made like a lot of mistakes.
Mm.
I believe, and like also having a team like that have constructive criticism. It helps, man, because sometimes like someone would have like been discouraged and then
And
like
just quit.
and just quit, yeah. bro.
Yeah.
But I believe like I'm gonna make progress as we go into the like second what do you call it? Second season, yeah. Season 2.
Yeah.
So I believe there's gonna be like improvement. Yeah, there's gonna be like much improvement from my side.
Mm.
Cause like I've also started to like have like tutorials on like YouTube
Sure.
on like how to like use camera and stuff like that. Cause you don't have like sometimes to go to school to learn these things. You can like
School of YouTube.
YouTube, everything is there,
You
bro.
know, man.
Like, everything
You know
is
what I
there.
mean?
So
And also like we're just student of life, man. You know.
for
what I mean?
sure, like be
Yeah.
willing to learn. You are not always the smartest in the room.
True.
Also,
True.
I believe I'm gonna like make a lot of improvements. Yes, and shout out to Kelly. Like Kelly's got us today, like the
Yeah,
man behind
man.
the scene. Yes,
You know what I mean? What do you want to say, Kate, bro? What do you want to say,
Shout out
man?
to the cast.
Shout out to the cast. It's someone like who supports us, bro.
Yeah,
What do you
for
want to
sure.
say, man?
Yeah, man. Glad that I could help you guys out today, and
It's,
yeah, been enjoying the podcast so far. So excited to see season 2.
it's
Easy.
Thank you,
And,
brother.
yeah,
for the
shout
culture, by the culture.
The culture by the
Yes,
culture.
sir.
yeah.
Just say, you know.
That's it from KAAPcast. We've come a long way. 10th episode. We're about to get into episode 2, season 2.
You know, man.
From KAAPcast
Hey.
to the world. We out.
Yes.
Sekudla siyaphambi